So we are having a look at the Nevis trials here at the Brownhill Cricket Grounds. It's Bolo batting along with Onaje Amri. We understand that just 2 wickets left in this innings. There's he's sweeping and he's out caught. Caught at backward of square. Bolo going for the sweep shot and caught at backward of square. So wicket goes. Easy catch and Bolo comes back. So Cheon Daniel comes out to replace Bolo. So we understand that the first team made just over 100, and the second team, the team that is batting now, has gone past the 200 mark in response. So the game started yesterday, continuing today. So Daniel is a left-hander, and he's the last man in. So Onaje Amri is the man more known for his off spinners. I know he would tell me that his batting has improved. So Daniel settles. He's a pretty useful batsman, batting at number 11. But look at the field setting. The wicket keeper, first and second slip, and then a man at setting it off right in his face. That could make a batsman nervous. The bowler seems more nervous though. Prepares to move in now to bowl. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl to Daniel. Daniel is stroking it nicely. The man at short extra cover stops it. That looks like Jamie Cornelius. Stops it easily. So here he goes once more. Preparing now to move in to bowl to Daniel. There he goes, bowls, flatter delivery. Daniel is flicking it sweetly into the onside. Lovely looking flick of the wrist on that occasion. Gets off the mark, gets one. And right away with the right-hander coming in to strike, mid-wicket goes back onto the boundary. They figure that Onaje might try a big heave at some point. Mid-off and mid-on are up though, so he can clear one of those. As he goes, moves in now to bowl to Amri. Amri's going big, down the ground. That's a lovely shot. He slammed it down the ground. And I think Onaje Amri would be saying, you guys have a close look at my batting. Going for 4. I'm not sure if the umpire signaled, but he really slammed it hard down the ground. And looks as if he's batting with a matchstick. He's a tall guy. But some power was into that. And those who are close to the bat, well, there's one silly mid on, and silly with emphasis here. As he moves in now to bowl flat, and he's punching at that, backing away, leaving all 3 stumps exposed. Getting over ambitious now on Onaje Amri, and goes through to the keeper. So, Cheon Daniel, left-hander, marks his guard. And I know that he's a pretty useful batsman. So this number 11 thing doesn't really hold true in terms of batting competence. Settle over his bat now. Still this close-knit feel. Silly mid off goes over now to silly mid on. So they have him nested in here as the off-spinner bowls. He's flicking it again sweetly into the onside. They should be thinking 2 here. And just a little. Well, Onaje Amri covers the distance quickly, gets home. It was a belated move for second. And eventually they came through. But it was a nice wristy flick shot into the onside. So Daniel will settle once more. So still that close-knit feel. Some hesitation, bit of a hold-up, lots of chatter. The umpire is adjusting the bails as well. So lots happening without anything happening. As it's going to be the off spinner moving in now to bowl flat, and this time he's on the back foot, very much in control, just solidly playing it into the offside. Very competent batsman is young Daniel. Settles over his bat once more. Here he goes, moves in now, short, and this time he's just flicking it into the onside. Maybe should have thought of the pull shot. It was flat and fast and short, but he just pushed it into the onside. Reminds me of India versus the West Indies. Can't be too defensive. It flicks it away. Full toss. It has gone away from the man who covers the distance quickly. Ajambri was racing down and then had to skedaddle back quickly. He turned blind. Was thinking two. And they only got one. Amri in strike now. And you just get the impression that something is going to give. Mid on and mid off, a little back, laid back, not quite out. Short, flat and fast, turns it away. The fielder runs away from backward of square and they'll settle for one. It was very quick delivery on that occasion. And that ends, no, it's not quite the end of the over. Left-hander, field changes. So I think the bowler making a fundamental error. I think he's bowling a little bit too flat and fast when he can spin the off break, loop it up some, make them look up, especially Amri. So here he goes once more. This time he loops it. Daniel, though, composed, drives it back up the strip to the bowler, ends the over. So it's going to be not Jamie Cornelius, but it looks as if Jamie Cornelius is the captain. He was directing traffic a while ago. As the off spinner moves in now to bowl to Amri. Amri's driving past the bowler, going to get an easy single. His batting certainly has improved because the last time I saw him, he didn't even look as if he knew which way to push the bat. Didn't know where the ball was landing, but now he's very competent and confident. Is Onaje Amri. And I'm certain that he'll want a video clip of this. So it's going to be Daniel to take strike. The left-hander has looked pretty composed and competent up to this point. Nice little compact little stance as well. Maybe there's some chatter. He pulls away, making the bowler wait. The umpire accommodates also. As he moves in now to bowl to Daniel, he reaches a long way, pushes quietly into the offside. Thought about the single, but it's definitely not on. Silly mid-off is waiting for something to pop off that bat. And no wonder this is silly mid-off. I won't be standing that close. So here he goes once more. As he moves in now to bowl, loops it again. Daniel swings into it. That's a lovely shot. Swings it through mid-wicket for 4. That's a lovely shot. The field is close-knit, and so there's a lot of acreage out there, mid-wicket, and he played the slug sweep, struck it beautifully through mid-wicket for 4. So, Trian Daniel will settle once more. The left-hander with number 9 on his back settles. Will he play a similar shot if he's looped up again? Let's see. As he moves in now to bowl. This time he's flicking it. That nice flick of the wrist. He just reaches to the pitch of the delivery and he plays it very well indeed. That movement, that initial movement, stride right in and get into the pitch of the delivery. Couldn't ask for a better shot to a delivery like that. So one more to the total. Both batsmen posing a bit of a headache. Just 1 wicket to go to complete this innings, and I don't think they can be too happy. They thought it would have been over by now. So, Najee Amri is just standing up straight, and it was a flat and fast delivery. Stood up straight and just stuck the bat at it, kept it out. The bowler looks disappointed. Amri looks across at the camera. Somehow he knows the camera is here now, so maybe we'll see a big heave. Here he goes. He bowls. No, this time he's still stodgy little defensive shot. Getting down low, the big man. He had to go a long way down to keep that out. Maybe kept it a little low, and he was stooping almost and scooping it out of his stumps into the offside. Now this is interesting. I think that Captain Jamie Cornelius is saying, look here, if we can't get young Daniel out, maybe the best way to get him out is to get his brother into the attack. So the brother of Cheon Daniel is into the attack. He bowls wrist spin. He's turning it nicely away. They should be thinking two here. They're racing after it. They should be turning for two. He's going back. He might be struggling though. And it's a high return. If it wasn't such a high return, it could have been interesting because Daniel was struggling. But the leg break, pitching on about leg stump, going further down the leg side, he wristed it sweetly away and got two. So brother to brother. And I don't think this would be the ideal thing. The brothers would want to be on the same side and go home and say, well, we both performed well. Not to say that one got the other. But that's the luck of the draw. So you just have to bat as well as you can bat, bowl as well as you can bowl. Flatter delivery now. He's beaten, he runs away. The umpire is as unmoved as Mount Nevis. They are all appealing to Frank Munzak. And Frank Munzak is as unmoved as Nevis Peak. And the two batsmen having a bit of a confab, but the bowler Daniel, he's still holding his head as if to say, my brother, you nicked that. But he hasn't walked, and the umpire didn't send him. Cricket is still a gentleman's game, but it was flat, he was fast, he was beaten. They thought they heard something. Umpire Frank Munzak, his earplugs were out. He says, not out. And he stood firm. So here's Daniel moving in now to bowl to Daniel. Loops this one. He pushes kind of tentatively into the offside. Najee Hamri was thinking about the single. Maybe trying to get him off strike. Realizing that his brother is posing a few problems now. So here he goes, moves in now to bowl flat, and he's turning it into the onside. Picks out the man at short mid wicket, can't score. So Daniel to Daniel, moves in once more, loops it, full toss actually. And he just jabbed down on it, pushed it into the offside. So can't score. So it is Daniel to move in once more to bowl to his brother, who is edging this one or guiding it, he would say, through the slip position. They get an easy single, and that ends the over, so it'll still be on strike. I think, and the two brothers there having a quick exchange. Maybe he's saying, man, you played that ball, you know. And he's saying, I didn't play it at all. But Najee Hamri would be thinking, you're taking the strike from me, I'm the senior bat here. Well, that's what he would think. Daniel would think he's the senior bat out there. Daniel will settle as new over begins. Floated outside the off stump, turning further away. He leans forward and just watches it flew to the keeper. Here he goes once more. Short run, moves in now. Flatter. He's pushing it easily into the offside, thinking of the single. And, well, after this long hesitation, they eventually went for the single. They need to communicate better than that. I think they're going to have a long chat. Now, Najee Hamri is about 6'2", and 3 strides would take him home. But Daniel is just about 4'8", and he would need about 12 strides to get home. And they need to work out their maths. So, brings the senior batter in strike. He'd want me to say that on Najee Hamri, senior batsman. Settles over his matchstick now. Here's the off spinner. Moves in now. Floats it up to him. He's on the back foot. He's bowled. Poor pick on that occasion. Najee Hamri should have been on the front foot, but he was on the back foot and looks disappointed as he smashes his bat into his pads, and he was bowled. I don't think he'd want to see that on TV on Ajamri. Should have been on the front foot. Wrong pick, went on the back foot, and that's the end of the innings. So it's going to be Nisbet to bowl the first ball, and he'll be bowling to Jamie Cornelius. Here he goes off his long run. Races in now to bowl to Cornelius. Cornelius watches it through to the keeper. No harm done. So here goes Nisbet. Races in now to bowl to Cornelius. Bowls. Cornelius gets one. Keeping a bit low. He came down hard on it to keep it out. Well bowled. And Ras Jabal is telling him to bowl on the stumps. And he did just that. Cornelius just barely kept it out. So here's Nisbet. Races in now to bowl to Jamie Cornelius. Bowls. Watches it again through. Just lifts the bat and away from the delivery. Watches it through to the keeper. Pluck it is. They're trying to psych out Jamie Cornelius. Tijari Clark saying he doesn't have a clue what's going on here, boy. Trying to psych him out, trying to get him to get a bit frustrated and probably fire unnecessarily. But he's a very aggressive batsman, I can tell you. If Jamie Cornelius gets off, it's going to be fireworks here. As Nesbitt races in now, he's driving a bit of an edge on that, but it flies away back with a point. It's going to run pretty close to the boundary. It's not going to get there. They're going to get too easily. But he didn't seem to be in total control on that occasion, but he gets off the mark with two. Lots of cheering as Kimani Nisbet walks in now. He's solidly forward is Jamie Cornelius. Pushes it out to Javon Manners, who gets the return back to Pluck. Quiet start to this innings. Load of chatter out there. Trying to psych out the batsman. Nisbet it is. Based on what I've heard, he's probably bowling the quickest of all of the fast bowlers at this point. Even quicker than Kian Pemberton as he moves in now to bowl. He's again getting a useful delivery, well lined, comes solidly across his stumps and keeps it out well. That ends over number one. It's going to be Kian Pemberton now from the far end, being urged on here. We're not too sure who the batsman is. We'll have to wait and see. So here he goes. Races in now. Pemberton bowls well outside the off stump. Good way outside the off stump. Left alone. Here he goes. Steams in once more to bowl. He's pushing it quietly into the offside. Can't score. From this distance, the batsman looks like Chevron, but I'm not sure. So it's going to be Pemberton to race in once more to bowl. Left alone again, wide of the off stump. Shooting along the turf after it passed the stumps. Keeper Pluck does well to stop it. So here he goes. Races in once more. Steams in now to bowl. He's driving that one to the offside. The fielder has a chase. He might pull it in. The ball is slowing up badly. They're going to get two quite easily in the end. So two more to the total. He gets off the mark. The captain, Klang and Tijari Clark both got into the 40s when they batted. So Pemberton it is. Races in now to bowl. He's off the edge. Well stopped there by the captain. Diving away to his left, but it was a definite edge, but he went along the turf. So no chance on that. but he definitely wasn't in charge. Ken Pemberton, you remember? Former under 19 West Indies player. Steams in once more to bowl. He's driving to mid on, can't score. So it's going to be Nisbet continuing now his battle with oh my goodness, Jamie Cornelius comprehensively beaten. Didn't have a clue about that as he pushed tentatively at it and it just walked away from his edge into the keeper's gloves. Here goes once more. Steams in now to bowl. Left alone outside the off stump. This time he's in control. Knew where his off stump was. Watched it through. Nice to see Giovanni Tyson back in the swing of things. He's at mid-on. As he comes in now to bowl to Jamie Cornelius. Struck on the pad as he was trying to turn it into the onside. Batsman, non-striker, was trying to sneak a single. Jamie Cornelius says no. So it's going to be Nisbet once more. Working up a bit of steam as he races in now to bowl to Cornelius. He's solidly forward on this occasion, totally in charge. Comes right across his stumps and shows him the maker's mark. You know what I find strange about some of these fast bowlers in Nevis? If it was a Masters batsman batting out there, you would have seen one or two bouncers already. And that really is a part of the fast bowler's armory, but he seems afraid to do that to Jamie Cornelius. Up he goes in his half, nicely driven. That's a lovely shot. It's going to race away towards the boundary for 4. Too much in his half and a lean into it. Lovely drive on that occasion. Jamie Cornelius stroking it away for 4. He goes, moves in once more. Driven once more. So that last shot wasn't properly timed. It just rolled out into the offside. Brings Ken Pemberton back into the attack. As he races in now to bowl. Left alone outside the off stump. Here goes. Pemberton steams in once more. Here goes, bowls. He's pushing it solidly, easily into the offside. Can't score. Pemberton it is. Steams in once more to bowl. He's punching it into the offside. Finds the gap. He's running away towards the boundary. Fielder chases after it. He's going to pull up and they're going to get 2 more. So it's going to be Pemberton once more. Steams in now to bowl. He's driving back up the strip to the bowler though. Stops it easily. Pemberton will steam in once more to bowl to Chevron. Bowls. He's pushing the bat away from himself. He didn't come across. He just jabbed it into the offside. Just the bat reaching to the ball. Gets a single nonetheless. So for the first time I think Jamie Cornelius will be taking strike now from Ken Pemberton. So Pemberton racing now to bowl 2. He's gone. A soft dismissal that. It was wide of the mark and he was reaching a long way, Jamie Cornelius, and bat away from his body and just scooped it to the man at back of the point. It was, he just stood there nonplussed. For one moment it didn't seem as if it was a real catch, but celebrations out there. So Jamie Cornelius walks back. He's gone. Going to be Kimani Nisbet to continue, and he'll be bowling to Chevron. So 1 wicket gone already as Nisbet steams in now to bowl. He's driving but well stopped in the offside by Bolo. Can't score. Free slips on the gully as Nisbet steams in once more to bowl. He's solidly in line, pushes it back up the strip to the bowler. There goes once more. Steams in now to bowl. He's driving, finds the gap, going through mid on. That's a lovely shot. That's going into the boundary now for 4. Lovely on drive that. It was too much in his half and he undrove it sweetly there, Chevron. Going through mid on for 4. That's another lovely shot. Well stopped there by Bolo. Great feeling on that occasion. So good bit of fielding that by Bolo, diving across, pulling it in.